This is Media Center Ukraine, Odessa. We continue our work. We had to postpone our briefing a bit because of the air alert. And now we're having with us Ihor Skrypnichenko, advisor to the Honorary Consul of Ukraine in the United States, and who will speak about the mental rehabilitation and physical rehabilitation program that has been launched in the West Ukraine. They are going to expand their operations to Odessa. So, Mr. Skrypnichenko, the floor is yours. I would like to welcome everyone. Thank you for being invited here. Thank you for being interested in the topic of the recovery of Ukraine. We always say that recovery of Ukraine should start from recovery of Ukrainians, because before recovering the industry and the economy of Ukraine, we need to recover Ukrainians who will be involved in recovery of Ukrainian economy and infrastructure, because Ukrainian people create the integral Ukraine. That's why the recovery should start not after the victory, but after receiving the trauma. Starting from 2014, our consul, Valery Holoborodko, started cooperating with the Pacific University in Seattle to use the experience of trauma work. Ukrainians have quite bitter experience, because in the Vietnamese War, 50,000 American soldiers died after the Vietnam War, because that people had PTSD. 60,000 more died. So it is 10,000 more than the amount of people killed in the war. That's why United States know too well why mental health rehabilitation is important. That's why we addressed them, and their professors, Christopher Toby, Missouli, and others, arrived to Ukraine after the full-scale invasion. The first mission was in the west of Ukraine in summer, including Volyn, Zakarpattia, Zhytomyr, and other oblasts. There we provide training for different leaders, for the priests, for the military, and others. So these are the trainings to recover a person after experiencing some trauma, so that the first post-trauma support. And we know that there is a first medical support after being physically injured, but there's first aid, mental aid support, because and that's why we need to train people who will be able to recover Ukrainians. And we published John's book about mental health recovery. This is a small brochure, and it will take only 3 evenings to read the book. We have trained more than 803 persons. And I was and really admire Ukrainians who are ready to visit Ukraine during the big war. They make presentation in the basement, and Jeff Gogun, the military psychologist, the veteran of the U.S. Army, I asked him why you Americans come to Ukraine to help. And he says that free people are always ready to support free people. That's why our cooperation and mutual support in Ukraine will be not based on the concept that it is bad in Ukraine and they want to help us. But this is because we have common values. This is not only the issue of mercy. That's why we have created the Democracy School to raise free and responsible people. And the first students of our school will be of those people, of those parents who died protecting and defending Ukraine. And these children, after graduation, will be able to study in international prominent universities and to get support, financial support there. I read the book of the prime ministers of Italy, and he said once, "We've created Italy, and now we need to create Italians." Then we saw that the military, after coming back home, first need to return to their families and to the society. And these are the new people who return from the front line. And I remember that once I communicated with a friend of mine, a military, who returned home from the front line. And I told to his wife, whose name is Katerina, that she should get acquainted with her husband again, because the war changes people by 100%. So the family of a soldier, of the military, should be ready to accept a new person. That's why we have the next stage. This is the school of internal family. And the servicemen, they should go through social adaptation and adjustment. They should learn ethics in terms of labor and in terms of society. So we have several steps: rehabilitation of the military and training of the people who will, of the caregivers. They work with families, the children of the servicemen and people with PTSD, and also the adaptation, the ethics of work and labor and ethics of the healthy society. I'm glad to be here to present our program, and we hope that with the support of our God, we will be able to start this in Odessa in April. So who can become the part of this program? As far as I understand, these are servicemen, their families, and children of the fallen heroes. The first stage will be discussed tomorrow in the Odessa Military Administration. Please follow the news. And as for venues, it could be at schools or at the military administration. And we would like to start from the 3-day classes. This is the mental health support for traumas. We would like to invite everyone, the representatives of charity foundations, priests, caregivers. So those people who are more likely to encounter people with traumas. These people will undergo training and will be certified. For those people who are ready to be more involved in the process, will learn more deeply how to work and deal with traumas, basing on Ukrainian, American, and international practice and standards. And we are going to organize both education online and offline. Work with children is a separate dimension we are going to announce later. Who will organize the process in Odessa? A university or some NGOs? The Honorary Consulate of Ukraine in Seattle and Odessa Military Administration will organize the process. John Auburn will be the tutor. He is the honorary professor of the Pacific University. And Jeff Guguin, the veteran of the U.S. Army. Amy Mizos, who is a practitioner, and he's the head of a doctorship program in the Pacific University, and Christopher Tobin, who is also a psychologist practitioner. They are all from the United States, and they will be our trainers, and we will have several trainings all over Odessa Oblast. Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing this information. We hope that your program will be successful and that it will make our society better and will prepare our society to accept people returning from the front line. This is the last briefing for today, but please stay tuned because we'll have some more this week.